Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. It's a bit earlier than normal. I thought I'd get here nice and early. As you can tell, I'm a bit croaky this morning, but you know, we have to carry on. It is Monday morning, guys. I hope you had a great weekend. It was really nice and chilled for me, even though I did actually come in here Saturday morning, yeah, on that car, on that Mercedes. It was bugging me. It was really bugging me. Friday night, I thought, do you know what? I just want to get over there now. So I come over here on Saturday morning, guys. I've done a few bits and pieces. I'm going to show you what I found, what I've done. It's actually going to give us a head start for today because I really want to sort out that water pump and issue with the, the overheating. Plus, as well, I managed to sort out the side indicator on the mirror. I'm going to show you that now. So let's get into it. Let's do this. Right, okay, guys, let me explain what happened on Saturday because, like I said, I come in here and had a good crack at a few bits and pieces. The one thing that I managed to get sorted was this. So basically, what I did was took it apart, took the cover off, took the light out the way, had to check the wires, check the plug and stuff like that. Couldn't really see anything that was broken, I've got to be honest. Nothing seemed to be sort of snapped or broken or loose. The wires seemed to be all intact. Really strange. So put it all back together. Put it all back together and voila. It started working. So it was weird because I did actually I got the old one and plugged the old one back in place just to see, and the old one wasn't working. Put this one in place, plugged it in, and it started to work. So whether or not, it wasn't plugged in correctly or it wasn't pushed in correctly, or there was a bit of a loose wire in the plug on this, I don't know. But it's working, so that's the main thing. So that's good. So I've done that. That is resolved. So now we're going to turn our attention to the water pump and the service. So as you can see, I've removed the air filter on top of the engine. Goes into there. This is the engine ECU that sits on top of the airbox, and it just literally just comes out of there. But I just want to quickly show you this because this is actually a brand new filter. Apart from a few sort of dirty handprints that I've done, this is brand new. And this is not my one. I've not changed. This is all. I just took it out of the car. So I'm going to put that back in place because we don't need to replace that. That can go back on. I've also removed, I don't know if you can see it down there, the oil filter just sits down there. I've removed that out of the way as well. I've dropped the oil and let that drain over the weekend. Obviously Saturday I've done it, so yesterday it will be definitely sort of emptied. Now we're going to do this water pump. Now, I've been getting a few messages about this water pump, and I thought, when you were messaging me, I thought exactly the same thing. What I thought, the water pump is correct straight away. That is, I know a lot of people saying it could be wrong. I don't think it is. I think it's bang on. I've checked the whole thing, and it's completely the well. The only thing that's different with these two water pumps that I've noticed, when you put them side by side, is that this thing is slightly different to that thing there. Look, you can see that. Now I don't know if it's this one is sticking is longer or than that one. I want to measure that. But even this actual new one looks shorter. If that's the case, if it's shorter, there's no way it should be hitting. The longer one, if anything, should be hitting anything inside because it'd be sticking in further. This shorter one, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? So the only thing it really could be is that these fins, these little propellers, these little metal pieces here, they could be they could be slightly at a wrong angle, so they need squashing, if you know what I mean, pushing all in. Maybe they're too far spread, and the diameter is now hitting on the inside. So I'm going to get a pair of pliers and just tweak those in very, very slightly, and I'm going to try to do that, put it in place, and check it. And if it needs a bit more, take it back off, do it again, and then just keep checking to see if that is the case. I can only imagine it is, because you can see on these little is that we've got a little bit of wear mark there. Can you see the wear mark? So obviously something's grinding against it or touching it. I don't know. It's really weird. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just guessing really, because I don't actually know why. But we're going to try that anyway. I'm going to try and pull these fins in a little bit, and we're going to put that one back in place. Obviously, you've got a new. This is the new oil filter, so we're going to swap that over, put a new one in there, do the service, oil change, new belt here as well. Got a Gates auxiliary belt. We're going to change that. That's the air filter. Don't need that, so that can go back. Yeah, and the only other thing it could be, if this water pump don't solve the overheating problem, is the thermostat. The thermostat is actually pretty easy to do, and it's quite simple to get to. It's just have to remove this box, and it's just underneath there. The only thing that's put me off by not doing it is that I'm getting hot air inside the cabin. If I was getting cold air inside, I'd say, yeah, the thermostat isn't open and closing. But because we're getting hot air in the cabin, it makes me think that, well, it's giving me hot. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, because I've never worked on this engine before. I know nothing about it. And it's just guesswork, really. But the thermostat could be the next port of call. But like I said, it's just underneath this air box. So it's pretty easy and simple to get to if we need to do it later on. But I think we should just concentrate on this side first, do the water pump, get it all back together, chuck the coolant in, and then, you know, complete the service, oil change and all that sort of stuff, and then run it and see if that is, you know, that's our problem and it's solved. But we just need to get cracking with this one, guys. So let's get set up. Yeah, let's do this. Right, okay, so guys, that is the service. Oil change, I've put the air filter back in, oil filter is back in place. That's all done. Now I'm going to move on to the water pump. Before I do, I just want to quickly show you, before I put it in, let me try and get you down there, like that, hold on, focus. Trying to show you. Basically, it's hard to sort of see that. I can't really focus it very well. Let me try and come out a little bit and then come back in. There you go. So basically, there's nothing in there. It is completely clear. I thought I might see a bit of broken something in there, but there's nothing in there. It's completely clear, guys. So it's got to be related to these fins. It must be. It's not. It's nothing else. That won't touch nothing. That end is completely open in there. It's the only fin that can touch is this. Everything else is exactly immaculate, the same. You know, it's all the same. So I've tweaked these little fins in a little bit. Just pulled them in a bit closer. I'm going to put this in now. I'm going to check it, do it up, and then just see if it's spinning freely or not. If it's not, come back out. I'll tweak them a little bit more, put them back in, and then we'll just have to go from there and just keep checking, keep trying. That's all we can do, really. But it's just, yeah, it must be hitting. It must be hitting something. Anyway, yeah, let me do that. I'll chuck it in, and we're just going to come in and out, and just check to see whether or not it's going to spin freely or not. That's all I can do. So let's crack on. I'll set you up. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, I think I've resolved it and sorted this water pump issue out. So as you can see, the new one is down there and it's done up tight on these top 4 bolts. Not the bottom bolt, but these top 4. Every time I was putting it in and out, it was and doing up the top 4 bolts, it was that was, and then was grinding. And it weren't spinning correctly. But now, when I get down there, it's spinning freely, exactly how it should be. There's no friction. I can't feel no sort of friction. There's no sort of grabbing it. There's nothing on that at all. Whereas before, it was just completely rock solid. So let me explain what I did. First of all, I used the original old one, and I was tweaking this a little bit, and I managed to get a little bit of these end fins, just grind it down a little bit. See the very, very end, that bit there, on all of them. Just a little bit, it's a little tweak. I'll put it on the top here, a little bit of face as well, and on that corner there, just on this corner of the fin, on all of them. Done that, put this back into the car, done it up, and again, absolutely running freely. There was no friction, it weren't tight or nothing, it was just spinning. So it's got to have been, obviously the very ends of these fins were touching very, very slightly. So I replicated that, what I did on that one, on the new one, fitted it, and yeah, perfect. It absolutely runs lovely. So what we're going to do now is just put it all back together, and we're going to give it a go and see if this has resolved the issue. But we don't know until we actually put it back together and put all the belts back on and put the coolant back in place and absolutely just box it up. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it has. If not, we're going to go to the thermostat. So yeah, what a pain that has been though. It has absolutely been a pain, but I think I've got there in the end. Persistence and just didn't give up on it, basically. In and out loads of times. I was bringing that water pump in and out loads of times, but it needed to be done. So let's finish it off. Let's get this last one underneath at the bottom, and then do everything back up. Put the water pulley back in place. All the belts. Just do it all back up. It's going to take a while now because it's a bit tricky. It's not an easy job, but yeah, let's continue, guys. I set you up. Hopefully this is it. This is it. Fingers crossed. Let's do this. Right, okay guys, well there we go. It's all back together. Got the coolant in. It's up to temperature. Let me show you the dial in the car. The temperature gauge. So, as you can see there, it's still going up a little bit. Not too much. It's not that bad compared to last time. I've got to be honest. I've got to top up the coolant. That's what it's telling me here, so I've got to do that in a minute. But getting some really, really nice hot air coming through. But it's not moving like it did before. The gauge was sort of all over the place. But look, you can see that it's... And that's because I've turned the actual thing on here. So if I turn it off, that should go back up a little bit. Just give it a few revs. Yeah, do you know what? I don't know if that's all right, you know, because I was getting a lot of messages actually, people saying that it should be sitting between 80 and 90, but it seems to be going up. But it doesn't go right up to silly amounts. It's never done that, and it's never gone to that line there. It's always stayed in between those two lines. So yeah, it's making me wonder if that's what it's supposed to be like. Yeah, how weird is that? I'm gonna have to do some more research, I think, because it's not really overheating. There must be some circulation there. Let me check the pipes to see if they're hot. See, that pipe's pretty cold. Mind you, there's no coolant left in the tank, so I've got to fill that up. I don't know now. I don't know. Shall I just do the thermostat just in case? I might do the thermostat tomorrow, you know. Yeah, we'll do the thermostat tomorrow as well. But I think we're getting close. I think we're getting close, guys. I think we should be able to do... No, that's okay, and it's not that bad. It's still ready for an MOT. We've done the indicator, and I've gone all over the car to check. So I think we can get this for an MOT tomorrow as well. Plus, we've got to do a little bit of work on the Toyota Aygo, the white one. I've managed to sell that car, the white Toyota Aygo. Thank God. So that is sold. But I did say to the guy that I'll do the front discs because it come up on an advisory with that car. So I said, like, do you know what? I'll do the disc for you, just so you ain't got nothing to worry about. Yeah, we're going to jump on that tomorrow. But for now, that's it, guys. That's going to be the end of today's video. We're getting close. We are getting close. It's just, yeah, we're just not quite there, I don't think. But I think the thermostat will help. If I change the thermostat and it's still the same inside, then I'm just going to leave it as it is, and that's how it should be. But it's very, very annoying that it's not. I was expecting it just to be fine. Do you know what I mean? But I'm getting messages, like I said to you, I'm getting messages that people are saying that it's actually supposed to sit just past the 80, between 80 and 90. So yeah, it could be all right. It could be all right, but it shouldn't really. The needle shouldn't really be moving like this. It should stay at a certain point. So I've got a funny feeling it's going to be the thermostat doing that, you know. Might be stuck open or stuck closed. I don't know. But we'll get into that tomorrow. But for now, guys, that is it. That's the end of today's video. But we are definitely getting close. Hopefully tomorrow we can absolutely finish this one off. So that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Take care. See you soon.